Hi, this is MCZetti, and in this short video I'm going to demonstrate how important it can be to make nice tools as a mod developer so that you can more easily make your mods. In this case I want to talk about Ariente and how I built these cities. In the current version that you all can download, the alpha version, cities are still they're always the same. There are different types of city, but every city generates the same way at every spot, and I want to change that. And so I have been implementing a system that allows me to more easily add variation to different cities. So let me show you how it works. Say I want to have these three energy pylons, and I want to sometimes use the red color, the red variation, instead of the blue variation. And so it should randomly choose between one variation, but all three pillars should be the same and they are in different chunks. So how can I do that? First, switch to edit mode. This takes a while because it's making the city ready for usage. I will show you why. So it's done. Also, let me first turn on night vision. So what did it do? First of all, it replaced, it put back the placeholder blocks for spawns, so that because they are part of editing. And what it also did was get rid of the outer chunks, so that the city on its own is fully correct. So now I can start editing this. So what I want to do is make a new variation. So I forgot. So I want to make a new variant, and I call it pylons, and it has two different possibilities. That's why the two should be there. Okay. So if I now do this, you can see there's one variation pylons, and programmers always count starting with 0, so there's variation 0 and 1. So now I want to set to this variation to this chunk, updated city, also to this chunk, and to this chunk. So these three chunks are now tied to that variation, and now I can start modifying them. Let's do it with the swapping wand. Of course you can do it however you want. Okay, like this, and it's not accurate, but it doesn't have to be, just for demonstration purposes, so nothing special. Let me do these. So I changed it. So let's now examine exactly what we did. So here at variation 0, that's the one we just modified. And now we set pylons to variation 1. That was the original, because it has, while creating the variations with two states, it copied the first state to the second one, and now we can switch back between the two. So if you then save this city, this saves to JSON, and I can put that in Ariente, and then there will be two types of cities generated. Of course, you can make multiple variations. I can, for example, say I want to have this different colors. So let me first set chunk borders. Yeah, unfortunately it goes into 4 chunks, so you would have to set variation to these 4 chunks then. But well, anything is possible. For example, this is in 1 chunk, so that I could change this into another color slab, for example. And so by doing that, you get you can get lots of variations. It's these kinds of editing tools that make it possible for me to create more variation in the cities. Now I want to show you some other things too. Let me first scan for another city to demonstrate this better. I will use spectator mode for this because that's handiest. No, not the one I want. Yeah, this could be good. Oh no, it's also not the right one. I need the second biggest city. Yeah, let's see. You see, it is already using that variation, so it's also remembered in memory. Nope. Yeah, that's the one. So this city is another example. This is more complicated effect than the underground city, because in the underground city it was 4x4 chunks, but every chunk was one big part. Here there are actually 3 parts. There is, let me go back. So there's the cellar part, the underground part, that's this one, and then there's the normal layer, and then there's the tower layer. And you could easily make variations on these different levels. So let's see. For example, well, this is a good example. There are currently 4 variations in this city: tower 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for every of these variations, it has 2 possibilities to switch to. So, for example, if I yeah, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, variant is tower 1, and tower 1 is set to 1, so I can set it to 0. Wait a bit, are these variations? Let me check. Oh yes, I was in the wrong tower. Okay, now you see how it worked. Oh, so I'm using the wrong comment. That was the problem. Which I should use. Yeah, and now I need to get this is tower 2. Yeah, but I messed up a bit. But I was using the wrong comment. I was setting the variation to this part, but I needed to switch the variation. But anyway, you can see the possibilities here. By the way, also if you are in edit mode, let me switch to edit mode because I didn't do that yet. So yeah, you see the chunks are cleared. So modifications done to one part, you see they're all immediately updated because they are actually the same part. So you get real-time update when parts are reused. So that's also a handy feature. So this is just a demonstration of the kind of editing tools that I'm adding to make it possible to have these nice cities. Anyway, that was it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.